Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. This is the first module of Rethinking Self-Care for Helpers, and today we're going to talk about something that so many of us carry quietly. The belief that we should be able to handle everything. Maybe you've caught yourself saying, I should be stronger. I should be coping better. I should be able to push through. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and you're definitely not weak. This module is about getting honest with ourselves and each other, about what it really costs us to always show up for others while leaving ourselves behind. Part 1. The myth of I should be able to handle this. Let's start by naming the myth. I should be able to handle this. This is something I hear from clients all the time, and I've said it myself. It's rooted in a helper mindset. We're taught to be strong, resilient, reliable. We become the go-to person for others, and with that comes a dangerous belief that needing support somehow means that we're failing. But here's the truth. Just because you help others doesn't mean you don't need help too. In fact, helpers often carry more emotional weight than we realize. We absorb stories, we notice patterns, we pick up on what's unspoken. And when we don't have outlets to process that, when we just keep absorbing, it builds up. So if you've ever judged yourself for feeling tired, numb, irritable, or emotionally drained, this is your reminder. Those aren't signs of weakness, they're signs of impact. Part 2. The cost of always showing up for others. Let's talk about what happens when you always show up for others, but not for yourself. Here are a few common patterns. You keep pushing through exhaustion. You feel guilty for setting boundaries. You withdraw emotionally at home because you're so depleted. You don't ask for help because you don't want to burden others. Does that sound familiar? These patterns are so common in caregiving and helping professions. Over time, they can lead to what we call burnout, or vicarious trauma, and emotional overload. Burnout isn't just feeling tired, it's a state of chronic stress that affects your mind, your body, and your spirit. It can look like irritability, brain fog, hopelessness, or even physical illness. Vicarious trauma happens when we're repeatedly exposed to other people's pain. It's common in therapists, social workers, nurses, first responders, anyone in a helping profession. But also in parents, caregivers, and volunteers. You might find yourself reliving others' experiences, having nightmares, or even feeling numb. And then there's emotional overload. That sense of being so emotionally full, your head feeling this big, that one more thing, even a small thing, might break you. A common one I hear is even having to make the decision of what to eat for dinner. That can feel like way too much when you're already in the state of emotional overload. None of this means that you're broken. It means you're impacted because you care. Part 3. Reframing the narrative. So, how do we shift from self-judgment to self-compassion? We start by telling the truth. I'm human and I'm impacted by what I carry. I deserve care, not just as a provider, but as a person. I don't have to wait until I'm in crisis to take care of myself. These are all mantras that can help guide your truth. One of the most powerful shifts I see in clients and in myself is learning to ask, what do I need right now? Instead of, what should I be able to handle? Do you notice the difference? I often say it's less about what you say and more about how you say it. And this is an example about bringing you back to the moment in one way of framing it and another adding more pressure. This course is here to help you reconnect with that voice. The one that knows when you need rest. The one that's been asking you to slow down. The one that's been quietly saying, what about me? And I want you to know you're allowed to listen to that voice. In this next module, we'll look at how to recognize the parts of ourselves that push too hard and how we can start shifting our internal dialogue. But for now, I invite you to pause and reflect. Consider this. What am I holding on to right now that's heavier than it looks? Take a few minutes with this question. And remember, you're not failing, you're human.